This realm. If you ever
skyward!
I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties. Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate.
Alley-oop!
Bow your head.
Teamwork it hard!
The time is begging. Silence! Bow your head. Let the mighty be humble.
Lay bare.
Silence.
Overruled.
Be sanctified.
Let's
Bow your
light it
head.
up.
An oversupper.
Stand back. This is where it falls. Let's light it up.
Silence.
Go on. Everlasting as the moon. Let's light it up. Stand back. Final warning. This is where it falls. Overruled. Let's light it up. You
Bow your head.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's light it up. Justice will prevail. Let's light it up. Everlasting as the moon. Overruled. Light it up. Stand back. Drop your weapons. You have it. Witness not.
Silence.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Here's what I can see. Let's light it up. This is where
Bow your head.
let's light it up. Justice will prevail. Final warning.
Be sanctified.
Let's light it up.
Electrified.
Swift and merciful.
Another test subject.
Think you can get away?
Test subject.
Boing, boing.
One with my blade. Submit for
Let's play. You're Warren. Yeah. Ah. You Glade, you're nice and spicy.
Shine down.
Silence.
Finally, I'm the fairy.
Let the mighty be humble.
Eat this. Don't be scared.
Ha! Settle down.
A touch of frost.
Magical. Time for takeoff.
From whence you came.
Jumpy, jumpy, woo! Blazing delight! Woo! Woo! Think you can get away?
Test subject. Test subject.
There is no escape.
Silence. Be sanctified.
Stay put!
The wrong test.
Right hand?
Shine down.
Settle down.
You Glade! Nice and spicy! Hey, yeah!
Silence.
Forth my blade. Submit for judgment.
Here we go! Boing, boing, boom! I heard you.
One with my blade.
Jumpy, jumpy, boom! Warren? Time for takeoff. Mercy!
Spirit blade. Attack.
Magical lamp! Stay put!
There is no escape.
Settle down. Let the mighty be humble. Just
Ready, go!
Torn to oblivion.
Eat this! Out of the frying pan!
bow your head.
touch of frost.
Think you can get away? Wouldn't gliding be fast?
Let's get it on! You're dead meat!
Everything is negotiable, except overtime. Yeah!
Settle down.
Confess!
Punishment! Don't be scared!
Bring it on!
You can't run!
An oversight about justice. Stop!
Yahoo!
Swift and merciful.
Time for takeoff. Wouldn't gliding be... Hold the line!
Buckle up! Gloves off!
From whence you came. A touch of frost.
Brace yourself. Think you can get away? Covenant of the Deep! Lights out.
Settle down. Be sanctified.
Get moving! It hurts!
Silence.
Bring it on! Confess!
Your journey ends here, Lord of Sand.
Justin, Reeve it!
Spirit
Your
blade!
sacrifice is ready.
You asked for it!
Patience. Gotcha.
Yahoo!
Now you're testing my patience.
Time for takeoff.
Forth, my blade! But how? A touch of frost.
Yes.
Submit for judgment.
Allow me.
Let's get it on!
Let's play. Judgment. Shiver. Stay put.
Bow your head. The tides beckon.
You can't run!
Lights out. Don't be scared.
Silence!
Right now, right here, right now.
Hold the line.
Keep moving!
Booba, get them. You're toast.
Right here, emerge, right here.
Dig up. Rest and rebuild.
Three! Confess! Yeah! Yeah!
Right now. Right here.
Nice. Eat this.
Fracture! Cyclone!
Let's move. Emerge, right here.
Fry pan into the fun pot.
Bring it on!
You're toast. Brace yourself. Think you can get away?
Illusion shattered. Now you shall perish.
Yahoo! Time for takeoff.
Settle down!
Shine down. Emerge, right now.
Allow me. Booba, get them.
Confess! Barry!
Emerge, right now. Emerge.
Keep moving! Fracture!
Billowing surge.
Right now, right here.
Reverse!
Right now.
Cyclone!
I'm always watching.
Hold the line.
Bring it on!
Nice and spicy.
Confess!
Right here. Right now.
Rest and rebuild.
It hurts!
Emerge. Right now. Right here.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire! Ha! Eat this!
Fracture! Get moving!
You play! You're up! Freeze! Let's play! Think you can get away?
Silence! Let the mighty be humble!
Don't be scared!
There is no escape.
Go get it, you play! Yeah!
Settle down!
Brace yourself! You play! Let's play! Time for takeoff!
Illusion shattered.
Bow your head!
Brace yourself! Wouldn't gliding be faster?
Torn to oblivion.
Think you can get away?
Silence! The tides beckon.
Don't be scared!
Shine down. Emerge right now, right here.
Booba, get them!
Right now. Emerge.
Nice and spicy!
Nothing lasts forever. Right here. Emerge.
You're toast! Allow me! Rest and rebuild!
Right here. Emerge. A sight to behold. Right now. Emerge.
Covenant of the Deep!
Fracture!
Show them. Right here.
Hold the line! Booba, get them! Here we go! Yeah. Time for takeoff!
Bow your head.
You play! You're up!
Now you shall perish.
Don't be scared! Think you can get away?
There is no escape.
Stay put!
Let the mighty be humble!
Shine down.
Let's play! Time for takeoff! You play! You're up!
Silence!
Torn to oblivion. There is no escape.
Ready, go! Yahoo! Think you can get away?
Bow your head. The tides beckon.
sure is busy during the day. But where should we go looking for people that we know?
Traveler, Paimon.
Sino! It's been so long since we last saw you!
Welcome back to Sumeru City. I'm delighted to meet you again. So, what brings you back here?
Oh, nothing in particular. Paimon just...
Funnily enough, we were reminiscing about you recently too. It was at a group dinner. I look forward.
Really? You were thinking of us too? What a coincidence!
Indeed. You...
Oh, darn, he said it.
You like that one, huh? You must if you remember it after all this time. Admit the truth. You have long been in awe of...
All right. Here's your 500 Mora. Paimon's never
Ah, so this was technically my fault. Anyway,
A case?
nothing major.
Need any help?
Such enthusiasm.
What?
Obvious enough. All right, follow me.
Skyward!
Do you see him? The old man flailing around?
Oh, is he the one you wanted to tell?
Correct. His name is Cyrus, a former Spontamod sage.
Huh? Sino's teacher?
It's ridiculous. I'm just an old man who...
Professor, I've brought some friends.
Ah, Sino. Now who do we have here? My goodness.
Wow!
I've told him about you before. That's right. A couple of days...
A threat?
Exactly.
This is the letter in question.
Cyrus. Secondly, wow, they sure didn't mean...
Clearly,
10 million. I'm just a single retiree with nothing...
there were no witnesses. So currently the letter is all we've got. So...
Paimon's rich!
All right, take a look. Yes,
So is there something wrong with the ink?
possibly. And I bet the paper had...
Most of the paper around here is much smoother than this, and the ink is absorbed quickly so it doesn't run. This paper, meanwhile...
It's certainly not the same paper as we use in the academia. But the ink is nothing special. Just regular black...
So do we think... Wait! Check this out! Looks like this part got wet at some point.
Agreed. The staining suggests it...
A colored liquid.
Well, it's like we're thinking...
Yeah! Skyward! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Arav. Ah, there he is.
Mahamatra Sino. Sir Cyrus. Ah, and the Traveler and Paimon. It's been a while.
As such, I'm inclined to believe that the culprit in this case is a student at the academia. Somebody young and strapped for cash. Oh, one last thing. I'd start your investigation by taking a look at the cafes in the city.
Oh, of course! You think...
They do look like... Also, if I'm not mistaken...
Ah, of course.
Understood.
You have my gratitude.
One last thing.
Will do.
Great thinking, Sino. Yeah, they've probably been lying low at home waiting to see how Cyrus reacts.
You're right, Paimon.
Really?
The culprits approach. Whatever happens, they need this Mora. But just because they warned Professor Cyrus not to go to the Matra, doesn't mean they know what he'll do next. So, like you said, they need to wait and see. And crucially, the culprits said they'd be watching the professor's every move.
Huh? Wait, are you saying...
Found you!
What are you doing?
You wrote the threat letter!
I don't know what you're talking about.
I sensed someone was watching us from the shadows the moment we entered the House of Dana. You managed to stay relatively well hidden for someone reckless enough to threaten Professor Cyrus. There are a lot of people here, but we were looking specifically for Arav. Whoever followed us the whole way was likely to be the culprit.
I was just listening in, that's all. You know something big's going down when Mahamatra Sino shows up, right? So I got a little curious. What's the big deal?
You smiled when Arav left. I saw it as clear as day.
He's smiling across.
There are coffee stains on the letter. You mixed some coffee with water, gently smeared it onto the paper, then wiped it off with a wet cloth, all to create the impression that the letter was written at a cafe. Closing off the exits to the city doesn't affect you, because you already live here. And as long as the Matra were focused on the cafes, you would be free from scrutiny. The cafe was a red herring all along. You had to be somewhere where you could monitor the professor's movements.
You can't pin this on me! I haven't done anything!
Really? Then why are you shaking like a leaf? The innocent have no reason to fear the Matra. But you... your heart's racing, and your eyelids are twitching. You're a terrible liar.
I would never...
Don't try anything or you'll pay the price. Now come with me.
Well, that was over quickly. Sino already caught the guy.
You're telling me. One minute I go out for a quick smoke, the next minute I see Arav already on his way back to meet up with Sino. Looked like a young guy, too. Couldn't have been much more than 30. But after what he's done, I'm afraid he's ruined his whole future.
Everyone, it's all over.
Gosh, that was so...
The culprit's name is Uraka, a 16-year-old student.
Huh?
16? Cyrus thought he looked 30-something!
We checked his records. He's 16, a third-year student.
But he looks so old.
Yeah, seriously.
Foolish child. He's too young for the criminal life. What the devil drove him down this path?
We questioned the culprit regarding his motives. He,
Oh, just spit it out. Nothing can surprise me at this point.
Very well. It's our understanding that Uraka is a mediocre student who has been underperforming in his classes. He started taking extra tutoring to improve his grades, but developed a gambling habit around the same time and lost a lot of mora. Down on his luck, he went to the tavern for a drink and overheard some people chatting about Sir Cyrus's comfortable retirement. They mentioned that he's always arguing about his tomato plants with some old woman on the street.
Some old woman on the street? Goodness gracious, has that rascal attended a single one of his classes? That old woman is Kasharwar's very own professor, Zaha Hadi. How can he not know who Zaha Hadi is?
Is this going somewhere?
Oh, right, yes. So another thing. We don't just argue about tomato plants. And what are they trying to insinuate by comfortable retirement? A man grows a few vegetables and suddenly he's living a life of luxury?
Maybe it's more the fact that you have the time to grow vegetables in the first place.
Uraka mentioned he'd heard a rumor, alleging that Sir Cyrus illegally obtained a large sum of money from the desert before retiring, and kept it for himself instead of reporting it to the academia. Uraka believes this money to be the reason why Sir Cyrus hasn't kept up with any academic research or other projects since his retirement. And given your advanced age, he thought you'd be an easy target to blackmail.
Oh, Araka. I'm at a loss for words. I'm so angry I don't know where to start.
People make up rumors all the time. I am quite confident that Professor Cyrus has never embezzled a mora in his life.
Arav, you'll have to find some excuse to interrogate Araka again later. I need you to deliver a few firm fistfuls to him on my behalf.
I completely understand how you feel, Sir Cyrus, but I'm afraid that course of action goes against the Matra's principles.
Professor, there's no need to be childish about this.
Oh, come on. I was clearly joking.
Okay. Where does this go from here?
The Academia will determine the appropriate disciplinary action against the student. And as for the individuals spreading rumors about the professor's obsession with tomatoes and some old woman on the street, there could be a slander case here. The Matra will continue to investigate.
Who said I'm obsessed with some old woman on the street? Mind your wording or you'll start a whole new rumor. You seem confused. Oh, don't you understand? Uraka is just a young boy who made a very rash and very stupid decision based on some groundless rumor he heard. Besides, all it costs me is a little reputational damage. That's all.
Please rest assured, Professor, that the Academia will issue a fair and reasonable punishment.
Yes, I have no doubt about that. But as a former educator, I'd still like to have a serious conversation with the boy's parents. Their family lives in the city, yes?
Correct.
We looked into the family. Both parents are merchants, and they're often away on business. They've never taken much of an active role in their children's lives.
Oh, what a mess. You don't have to seal the evidence away yet, do you? I'd like to have that letter back for the time being, if possible. I need something concrete for when I talk to the family tonight. We have to show them how serious this situation is.
The relevant authorities have already reviewed the evidence and are now discussing Araka's punishment. You can hold on to the letter for now. Just make sure to return it within a couple of days.
Oh, so you'll be able to close the case in 2 days?
Give or take. Cases like this are quick to resolve.
Very good. Well, thank you for all your help. Perhaps we can all go for a meal together. Oh, my treat, of course.
My apologies, Sir Cyrus, but I have a prior commitment. Enjoy the meal, everyone.
Ah, I see. Well, that's a pity. But Sino, you have to come. You found the culprit at record speed, and I owe you for that. Ah, and isn't Tainari in town at the moment? Bring him along, too.
Wait, you mean Tainari's in the city?
He is. Tainari's master, Sir Nephis, called him and Kale to the Academia to help out on a project. They should be at Nephis's office at this hour. Though I must say, I'm surprised you're extending an invitation to Tainari. Did you do something to offend Sir Nephis?
Don't be outrageous. Nephis offends me all the time. It's never the other way around. Anyway, hurry up and fetch Tainari. I'll head over to the tavern with the Traveler and Paimon. See you there. Go on now. Don't keep us waiting. Not to brag, but we never had problems like this at Ratawa Hist back when I was still teaching. And if you don't want to take my word for it, you can ask them. They were students at the time. They'll tell you what it was like, won't they?
I was out in the forest at least 4 days a week back then, thanks to a colossal workload from Master. It wrought havoc on my poor tail, so I didn't exactly keep up to date with what was going on at the academia. Most of what I know, I heard from Sino after the fact.
Professor's become a lot more laid back in his retirement. He used to be far stricter, and was especially known for being extremely principled.
Wow. It's hard enough to stay true to your principles as a normal person. I can't imagine doing that as a sage.
It's a pity Kale wasn't around at the time. I would have happily taken her on as a student.
And then we'd have one more person who has to address Lisa as upper-class woman.
Really? Can't you just call her Lisa? She seems to prefer it when people treat her like an older sister.
Oh, believe me, back when she was a student, nothing made her happier than the younger students acknowledging her seniority.
Whoa, more food? Are you sure about this? We don't want to take advantage.
Oh, don't worry about it. Order whatever you like. And if it's not enough, order some more. After all your help today, treating you to dinner is the least I can do.
I thought I heard some familiar voices. Ah, and Sir Cyrus is here as well.
Oh, Kave, it's been a while. Zahahadi was talking about you last month. How have you been?
I've been all right, thank you. You're looking very well, sir. I'm glad to see it.
Have you eaten yet? Care to join us?
That's awfully kind of you, but I had a late lunch, so I'm not really hungry just yet. I'll have dinner a little bit later tonight. I just came to Lombard's to buy some wine, and when I heard some voices I recognized, I thought I'd come and say hello. So what's the occasion, anyway? Some sort of celebration?
Consolation, more like. You wouldn't believe the day I've had.
Sounds like things have really gone downhill since I was there. My whole time as a student, I've never heard of anything remotely like that.
I can't believe how young the guy is. What are his parents going to think?
Young people are always more susceptible to making rash and ill-advised decisions. Their minds are still developing. It's just an unfortunate fact of life. But still, this boy has some nerve. Just look at what he wrote. Oh, it makes my blood boil.
Wow, yeah. Jeez.
I will always be watching you and all of your secrets. And then he just followed you into the house of Dana?
If this were my son, he'd get the scolding of a lifetime. Oh.
Luckily, I'm also an extremely principled person.
Kave! Your order's ready, sir!
Coming! I'll have to get going. Have a nice evening, everyone. I'll catch you all another time.
Okay, bye-bye!
Here I am. The coffee beans are in here too.
Yep, it's all there. I'll stop babbling away now. Let's eat before the food gets cold.
Oh, too tasty. Paimon's belly is about to explode.
Oh, mine too. I'll have to walk home to burn some of it off.
Thanks for dinner, Sir Cyrus. Master Tainari and I will bring you some homemade herbal tea next time. It'll do wonders for your sleep.
Well, I look forward to that. In fact, could I trouble you to bring a little extra for the other old folks on my street? I'll be the envy of the neighborhood.
No problem at all. I'll pack some up and bring it.
I'll see you all later. I better head home now and tend to the crops.
Good night, Professor. Don't let those tomatoes keep you up too late.
Hey, my tomatoes are serious business. I am not about to be beaten by Zaha Hadi. Anyway, I'll be leaving now. Don't stay up too late now, children. I bid you all a good night.
Take care. Have a safe trip home.
All right. Now, we finally have some us time.
What do you mean, us time?
Well, I was talking with Tainari and Kale, and since we all have some free time, we thought we could all go camping together. Think of it as our way of welcoming you back to Sumeru.
Camping? Oh, that sounds fun! Paimon's in! Wait, no! That's my job! Don't take it away from me. Why don't you and Paimon help out Master or Sino? You don't have to play the hero when you're out with us. This is your chance to just, you know, laze around and switch off for a bit.
Everyone, let's meet tomorrow afternoon at the riverbank to the southeast of Gandharvaville. No need to bring anything. We've already packed everything for the trip. Just bring your delightful selves and prepare to have some fun.
You got it! We'll be there!
Great. Then we'll see you tomorrow.
Time to set up! We're here! Wow, you guys are ahead of the game! You set up the tents already!
I'd say we're right about on schedule, actually. We were aiming to have them set up before you arrived.
Traveler, Paimon, let's go fishing together. Whatever we catch, we can grill for dinner tonight. You got it! Dinner's on us tonight! I hope I can contribute too. The other Forest Watchers gave me some fishing tips a little while ago. I'm really looking forward to giving them a try.
I saw some very appetizing mushrooms in the area, so I gathered a few for us. I'll leave them here along with some fresh fruit.
Wow, camping with a Forest Watcher is the way to go! They think of everything! And even if they don't, they can improvise!
This is true. I don't think I've ever had a single rough day in this forest.
So, how has everything been going for you?
Well, there's been some high points and low points, but we've had some unforgettable experiences along the way.
I see. Oh, in that case, you should try a Valberry. I bought some from the market this morning.
A valuable suggestion. Just don't bury your feelings using food.
All I wanted was to recommend something bittersweet.
Oh, I have a sudden craving for fruit tea. I'm gonna go fetch some stuff. Bye!
She sure made a run for it.
Unbelievable. She made a run for it.
So Kale chose the path of tactical retreat. Could it be she foresaw what shall soon come to pass? My dear friend, you know what I am about to say. Oh, drat. A flat-out rejection. But this isn't over. It's only a matter of time before I challenge you again. So be ready.
Ugh, this guy. Somebody make it stop.
I'll reel it in.
Firewood, spices, snacks, and drinks. Everything's ready. Once Kale gets back, we can light up the fire and start grilling. There are 3 tents. Which one do you two want to take?
How about the one on the left? Well, Paimon just thinks the ambiance here is a little better.
True. But it's also the closest to the water.
What?
Anyone would think...
Excellent.
I'm back! How's your appetites? Ready for the barbecue? Always. Oh, it smells so good. Paimon's drooling.
Someone sure is desperate to eat. I think it's...
Wait, what? Isn't that just for steaks? Hey, if it works for steak, maybe it works for other things too.
Medium well for me.
Okay, these are about ready now then. It'll be a few more minutes for anyone who wants theirs well done.
Oh, that was so delicious. If Paimon's stomach had space, she'd eat 3 more skewers. I ate a lot too. Here comes the food coma.
If you're tired, then go rest.
You must be getting sleepy too, Paimon. Why don't you guys head to your tents? Sino and I will clean up.
Tonight, I show you mercy. Our sacred duel will take place another day.
Good night. Paimon's struggling to keep her eyes open.
Oh, don't forget this. The Staff of the Scarlet Sands.
Wait, you were actually being serious about that?
It's a very powerful weapon.
Paimon can't even...
Fair enough.
Yeah, Paimon's sure. We'll be fine. And even if we do get an uninvited guest in the night, Paimon will be here to take care of the traveler.
But right now, it's time to rest.
I think they should all be here. Traveler?
Look at this.
What the?
Evidently.
Huh? Paimon's gonna take out the sword. Yeah! I'll hate them.
Sorry to wake you up, but
Let's get dressed and talk about it out.
Something has come up. And since it pertains to Cyrus...
whoa, back up. Let's... Huh? What? Ah, there they are.
I'll have a cup too.
Can you see if the cookies...
They are. And so are...
Oh, this is so bland. I should have gotten a few.
Do tell.
Oh, right, I forgot to mention. So, I ran into Cyrus yesterday. Anyway, they got a bottle of Lombard's new vintage for the table. You know what it's about?
I heard some.
I wonder what Oh, Cyrus, give me a sec. I'll sketch it out for you. Okay, done. Take a look. You see what I mean? I don't think I've ever... What?
Take this, for instance. Looks like it bears a striking...
Whose emblem?
It's the emblem.
After discussing it with each other, we both agreed that something didn't feel right. So we went looking for you. This was a long way to come from the city. Al-Haytham figured then, just as...
Hold on, so what?
Is everything okay? Give me a...
So you've never heard of the Temple of Silence? Well, to put it simply, it's an organization that has existed in Sumeru for over 1,000 years. These days, you can at least, historically, by contrast, none of the academia...
So the temple?
It's possible.
So, how do you know all this?
Did you forget?
Oh, yeah.
If you're asking...
So much about this doesn't make sense. Why did the students only...
You said you ran into...
Yep.
Given that Cyrus...
If the Academia's Temple of Silence really does exist just to cover... We should pay a visit to the Academia.
Yes.
If this situation is connected to the real Temple of...
Kale, could I trouble you to send a message to the Core of 30? Tell them to keep an eye out for Cyno and Cyrus. Traveler, Paimon, you two come with me. We'll go after Cyno.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Cyrus has been living in the city lately. He rented a place near the field so he can... Here we are.
We might be too late. Looks like nobody's home. Oh, Cyno moves fast. If he was...
I know that voice. Is that Tainari I hear?
Ah! Professor Zahahadi!
Wow, so it really is you. My goodness.
We're looking for Cyno.
Yes, not... I told him the old... It must have alarmed.
Well, if Cyrus...
Professor, did you hear...
Why, I could tell after seeing...
Huh?
As a former sage...
So Cyrus initially hoped to stop this from going public. But why?
Oh, dear. Oh, I almost forgot.
Thank you.
What does it say? Let Paimon... My friends, this is a rather complicated state of affair. Unfortunately, I cannot disclose more than that. I ask you to understand and accept that I had to act alone at this stage. Don't come after me.
Yep, that sounds like Cyno. Thank you, Traveler, Paimon. Let's head to the Academia and regroup.
Yeah! Skyward! Yeah! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter!
You're here? I thought you were going after... Ah, I guess you lost their trail.
We went to Cyrus's house. No one was there. Sino got there before us, but he was long gone by the time we arrived.
He didn't say where he was going?
No, he left us a letter and told us not to go after him.
Can't say I'm surprised.
Typical Sino. Anyway, some updates on progress on our end. I drew the emblem from memory again, but in more detail this time.
I checked some ancient texts for a
Yeah, and
Meanwhile, Arav, the one who told him about Cyrus's embezzled funds.
apparently, the Uraka was intrigued.
I see.
So, how do we...
He doesn't know.
Nephis and Ara also. The Temple of Silence felt that they could no longer trust the academia and ended the partnership. Ever since at its roots, it was a legitimate and reputable organization whose purpose was to guide people.
The academia.
Not only...
So how did Cyrus become acquainted?
I'll bet that's the...
Whoever is behind this, getting Uraka to extort Cyrus was only the first step of the plan.
He must have recognized it right away.
Since the desert,
I have to go after.
Really?
I should be fine, as long as...
Everyone, I have news from the Core of 30.
Master!
Oh, so that's Nafis, Tainari's...
It's a pleasure to meet several I was going to say the academia has... I won't attempt...
I understand.
Good point.
Need our help?
Really? Arav and I will... Tainari.
I am. Kaveh, I'll be...
Well, if you're...
Thank you all. Arav, let's go.
you'd better get moving. Don't forget to ask for help.
Will do. Let's go, Tainari. Hopefully we can...
Knowing him, he's
Okay, we made it to Caravan Ribat. Where should we go? Maybe we should ask...
Hold on.
Is that Dia?
You sure you want to brave the desert?
It's not my first time.
Sino.
If you're really going to go through with this, then at least take our advice.
Makes sense. Okay, I'll go get ready.
Thought we might find you here. You're trying to retrace Cyrus's steps, aren't you?
Didn't I tell you not to come after me?
Well, sorry, but we never agreed to that. Why would you go off on your own like this?
Nothing personal. It's just a complex situation. And I'd rather not involve anyone else if I can help it.
Takes a special kind of person to get Sino chasing them all the way out to Caravan Ribat. But why so coy today, huh? You only gave us his age and description. Why can't you reveal his name? Is he Sumeru's most wanted or something? Oh, also, hey guys, it's been a while.
Dia and Candace! So nice to see you. Actually, seeing all of our friends is the whole reason we're here.
You're looking well. Glad to see it. Candace and I came to Caravan Ribat on business. We ran into Sino as he was asking about some elderly gentleman's whereabouts. Some people say they saw him. Guess he stood out as an older guy heading into the desert alone with just a sumpter beast in tow and very few supplies. That's gotta be one heck of a...
Sino, it's okay if you... We're here to help out.
No.
We spoke with Zahahadi.
Sounds like this...
Still. Come on. All right.
Yes. Well,
all right.
And don't think you'd be...
Don't worry, we'll keep...
Hold on. There's a few things I'd like to clear up.
Go on.
So, after you left the campsite, we had a longer talk.
Clearly, we've only scratched the surface of the Temple of Silence question. It doesn't surprise me at all that the one in the academia is a fake.
Do you have any connection with the Temple of Silence?
I do. I trust you're all aware of the spirit that gives me my power. Hermanubis, the original founder of the Temple of Silence. Due to it's a good thing that I did not recognize.
Yeah, you're right.
But Cyrus...
I suspect so too. Professor has never once mentioned the Temple of Silence.
Well, speaking of avoid...
or rather...
That's right. Fact is...
Fair enough. Then at least...
Works for me. All right, off we go. Let's start by seeing what the guards here...
Hello.
Mahamatra Sino?
I'm looking for someone. So I'd like to confirm any recent foot traffic in and out of Aru Village. Where was he?
Let me think. Do you have a map?
I have one.
Great. There you go.
Thank you so much. You were a great help.
You've got a really good memory.
Ah, you're quite welcome. Just doing my job. Best of luck. I hope you find him soon.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Scatter! Tch.
Hold on. I see some people over there.
Do you think it's safe to ask them what they know?
Should be. I'll go...
No. I'll do it.
Huh? Why can't Sino go talk to them? What difference does it make?
Given my background, appearance, and the way I dress, I might not be the most welcome visitor here. Just in case, it's probably better to let a more neutral...
Ah, hello there. I hope I'm not interrupting. My friend and I are looking for an elderly man who's gone missing around these parts. Any chance I could ask you a couple of questions?
Oh, a missing person, huh? Sure. What do you want to know?
I'm just wondering if you've seen him.
So, a silver-haired guy in a long robe, culture type with thoughtful eyes, and he's traveling alone.
He'd stand out like a sore thumb around here.
Yeah, sounds like the kind of guy we'd remember if we saw him.
He's looking behind me.
Uh-oh. That guy's looking our way.
Your friend over there stands out a lot, too. Hey, aren't you Sino, the General Mahamatra?
Yes, that's me.
You don't seem surprised that I recognized you.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Oh, you're the one looking for the old man who's gone missing, aren't you?
I have a bad feeling about this guy.
Someone's on edge. You don't trust me much, do you? No need to hide it. I understand why you're wary of us. Still, you came to us asking for help. Do you want it or not?
I thought you were a group of merchants. Seems I was mistaken.
Your henchmen don't look like much, but something tells me they put up a better fight than most mercenaries.
Hey! Hear that, guys?
Suits me, as long as I get paid for it.
Just cut to the chase already. I'm running out of patience.
All right. Come with me. All of you. Don't you want to find your friend? A silver-haired, long-robed, culture type with thoughtful eyes? Sounds like there's a whole other side to Cyrus I didn't know about.
So you know where he is?
Just follow me. I'll take you to him.
Skyward!
And here.
What? Where are you looking? There's nothing here!
Please step back.
Whoa! Something's coming out of the ground!
What is this enormous building doing here?
And how was it so well hidden? King Deshret's technology?
Wait, so... Hold on, who are you guys really?
Is this the Temple of Silence? So you're a member?
All good questions. There'll be plenty of time to address them later.
This is not what Paimon was expecting to find in the desert, especially not hidden right next to an oasis. Ooh, Paimon's scared. They must have kidnapped Cyrus. Do you think this is the guy Raka met in the tavern?
What's wrong? Thinking about your professor?
I just hope for your sake you haven't done anything you might regret.
Me too. Hope I haven't done anything to incur your wrath.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
All right. You can wait here for now. I'll inform our leader that you've arrived at the Temple of Silence. Sit tight until he comes to greet you.
So he's just gonna leave us here unattended? Maybe we're not being kidnapped after all.
They can't have been at the oasis by chance. They were waiting for us. Whoever the leader is here, they were obviously counting on us showing up.
So this is the Temple of Silence. After leaving the rainforest, they hid themselves here?
Hey, look! That guy's coming back.
Don't worry. Someone will come and call for you soon.
What's your name?
Sorry, guess I was so delighted to see you, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Sethos. I'll be here if you need me, but I'm not planning on answering all of your questions. Other than that, you can occupy yourselves however you see fit.
So we're free?
Yep. I mean, I'm not worried about you running off. Cyrus is here. And unless I've misunderstood, you're all quite anxious to see him again.
He's right. Well...
Hey, Sethos! Have you got some time to chat?
Sure. Although, I'm assuming by chat, you mean you have questions for me? Not often. The Temple of Silence is a place of quiet and solitude. We don't get too many visitors. What kind of question is that? He's the General Mahamat.
Right, but back at the Oasis, you can't have known who he was for sure, or you wouldn't have asked him. So, what we're really asking is, have you never seen him?
I've lived in the desert my whole life. Guess you...
Ugh, why does Paimon feel like this guy's not...
Come on, we've only just met. If I give you all the answers up front, you'll have Nope.
Really?
I have no need to go there. Not when the taverns are full of the Urakas of this world. Besides, we're well aware of spies. It's not as clandestine as that. The city gates are wide open. Anyone's free to walk. Yes, that was me. Although, tricked is a stretch. He was asking everyone in the tavern. He insisted that nothing was off the table, even if it broke the law. So, I told him that Cyrus had embezzled a lot.
So you framed Cyrus for a crime that he did not commit?
No. That's not entirely true. Let me jog your memory. The letter just said that he had uncovered Cyrus's secret. It didn't say what secret. Of course, Uraka was a great accomplice, really. Very cooperative with a little bit of wine in him. Did exactly what he was told. And not much of an original thinker, though.
Why did Cyrus leave for the desert as soon as...
You'll have to ask him that one yourself. All you need to know is that he recognized our emblem. And it was his own...
I never imagined that the true temple...
That's King Deshret's...
We should beware.
Ah, here he is. Grandfather, the person you wish to see is here.
Well done, Sethos. Greetings, one and all. I am Ba Moon, the current leader of the Temple of Silence. I know why you are here, and I thank you for your patience. Bring him out.
Professor!
Cyrus, are you okay?
Ah!
Watch what you're doing!
Oh, my apologies. We have no intention of causing you... Cyrus owes me his life, and to the Temple of Silence, he owes a debt of gratitude.
I wanted to end my feud with this old bag of bones before you caught up with me. But you got here so quickly. Just leave, Sino. This is a matter between us two old men. You're all too young to get involved.
So that's why you didn't want to report the letter. You'd made up your mind to...
Some things in life catch up with you. No matter what you do, you shouldn't have come.
Sino didn't make us do anything. We came here for the same reason he did. To rescue you. We'd appreciate you telling us the truth. Otherwise it...
My secrets are secret for good reason.
You're afraid, aren't you? You can't bring yourself to speak of your past deeds. You recognized our emblem because for many years, you lived among us. You knew as soon as you saw the letter that we, not Uraka, were the ones speaking to you. It threatened you only because you know what you did. Your own guilt convicted you. For you, Cyrus, are a traitor. You once shared your learning with us, and joined us in our mission to revive the might of Hermanubis, to bring new hope, but then you betrayed us. You bargained for your independence with your past contributions, and then you left, taking with you Hermanubis' might and the wielder of... We both know what I said to you that day. That as the leader, I grant you permission to leave, but that one day, the sands of time will catch up with you. And when that day comes, you must pay the price you owe.
You really know how to hold a grudge.
Hermanubis' might? And the wielder of his power?
Does he mean you?
Professor, anything to say?
The moon is right. I came here once before. He rescued me from the brink of death once, many years ago in the desert. When he learned that I was a scholar, he invited... It was the moon proposed that we... many believe one other child was identified as a suitable vessel, and his parents agreed to release him into our custody in exchange for a small fortune. These two children were our only hope for hosting Hermanubis' power.
For many years, the Temple of Silence, the test subjects, the original plan was for a 3-stage experiment. Resonance, implantation, and recovery in as the second, but as I was deliberating, both bar fragments are to preserve our faith. Ultimately, in recognition of I have always...
I see.
Look, in essence I borrowed you, but you cannot live...
I'm sure you don't. You and he.
You'd like me to return my power?
As a follower of Hermanubis, I have allowed this power to remain in the rainforest for far too long. Now, it is time to reclaim
that power is not yours.
You are wrong. Sino!
So those are your terms for free?
Despise me all you want.
So what you're saying is...
Divine power.
He is no longer a small child.
Both my heart and...
Don't listen!
I know.
Sorry to interrupt. Say that Sino refuses to return his power. You're trying to gauge where we stand while
Wait. Everything we have longed for, Hermanubis will provide. Perhaps this very day, we'll...
Why is he coughing so...
Moon, you...
Take our leader back to his room. Grandfather, I know what you wish to say. I don't like to drag out conversations. Had Cyrus not stopped the experiment all those years ago, the plan would most likely have been a success. The wisdom of Hermanubis would have been ours still. It's no use talking about what if. I'm not like my grandfather. The Temple of Silence has a grand leg, but I see things a little differently. I don't believe the temple has the same stature that it once did. Time has won, so I'm not going to force your hand. You're all free to leave. Except for...
You have courage and wise judgment, kid. Reminds me a lot of Bamoon in his younger years. I truly wish that the temple would take an objective look at the academia of today. And things will only continue to improve. Why not consider cooperating with the academia once more?
If you hadn't betrayed my grandfather, I might well be open to persuasion. But it's a bit too late.
Tainar, all you ultimately...
I'm glad to see you're giving it some serious...
I won't forsake my professor. Nor do I intend to run from a problem.
That works. Then I'll be waiting to hear your verdict, Sino. Oh, my grandfather still has a fair few things.
Are you sure about
I need to think.
All right, well, don't put too much pressure on yourself.
I've taken some time to reflect on this. If I had to guess, Professor Cyrus came to the desert knowing that he would almost certainly never return. He's a stubborn man who tends to...
I agree.
You've heard all my own memories. I do remember I was still young then, and all I could understand was that there was a strong will inside my mind. The power that came to inhabit my spirit was probably one of the cornerstones of their whole faith. So if the will and might of Hermanubis...
You're not gonna give in to their demands, are you? Surely there has to be another way.
No. So I will challenge them head on.
Kaveh has made similar observations about the desert tribes from his work trips there. He says, I think we could turn that to our advantage.
Wow, and
Looks like we have the same idea. Turn it back on them now while we still can. In terms...
Great.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Sethos, let's talk.
Have you made up your mind?
We'll get to that, but first, I have some degree of medical training, so I was wondering if you might let me take a look at...
I have no Follow me. Keep your voices down.
Let's talk outside. Bamoon has fallen into a deep coma, and his prognosis is quite grave. I'm sure that your physicians have come to the same conclusion. He appears to... Regretfully,
Yeah.
You're his heir, aren't you? You clearly have a... So tell me...
yeah, there's no...
You know?
Right.
You're right. I accept. Legend has it that group...
Sounds very...
As a fellow vet...
3 against 3.
However, letting Cyrus leave...
None needed. If I win, the Temple of Silence... If you win...
It's a deal.
Yeah! Skyward!
Well, after how that went, there's definitely no...
There never was.
You have to win.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. When you...
Exactly.
The Traveler and I...
And neither shall... The desert was home to an ancient and great civilization that for a variety of... But there must be personal factors at work here, too. I can't shake the feeling that Bamoon cares for many more things than he...
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
We gather on this day to perform. This is our represent.
Grandfather, you're here.
A rite of duels.
I know what I'm doing, Grandfather.
Representing the academia.
Ready.
Warriors, we come not to debate what brings our challenger.
Huh? Are you...
I agree. He's very strong. Sending him out first will definitely intimidate the opposing side.
Okay, then you're second.
Sure.
We have decided.
So have we.
Duelists of the first bout, please step forward.
better play nice with him, or Paimon will make you regret it.
Little bit too much chatter from the audience over there.
Hey!
Spring forth!
A swift end to the first bout. When you're both ready.
Let's begin.
Watch out!
He drank plenty of water before the bout, so he should be fine.
Bury you! Can't see? I hear everything!
Thus ends the second.
I'm ready.
So am I.
This is the fight when you're both.
I am. For many years, we have kept our covenant with Lord Hermanubis. We earnestly. Now, I will
I am Sino, and you. I think you left some things unsaid. This is a sacred duel, and Hermanubis is watching.
Everyone. My grandfather. But our faith has helped. Times have changed. Then I thought of you. Each Ba fragment of I once thought.
I am more than.
Exactly.
The name Hermanubis has left its mark on. So show me your answer, Sino. Show me I can be more. Bring it on!
That's all you've got? What happened to searching for your answer?
Fight's over. Do you yield?
You won.
Well then, looks like you found your answer.
I give his glory to you.
I've seen that light. That is the light of our Lord, the great Hermanubis, priest over all other priests. His spirit dwells within that lightning, and his will lives on. Once a warrior of Tynar, he emerged from the barren desert sands to serve the god king Al-Ahmar. After the death of the God King, Hermanubis gathered his followers and the Tainarian priests and led them to the city of Tula. There, they founded the Temple of Silence. And from that day forth, we became stewards of all knowledge that survived from King Deshret's civilization. Barely a century passed before war ravaged the desert. One by one, Eremite leaders took up arms against each other in battles that would devour what little remained of their civilization. Only the wise city of Tula was spared under the guiding hand of the Tainarians. But peace did not last. Coveting the knowledge of King Deshret, the beasts set their eyes on Tula. The king of Gurabad laid siege to the city and ordered the sages to surrender to him the Temple of Silence as proof of his victory. The ruling elite colluded with their oppressors, betraying the temple so as to hold on to their rule over the city. They declared that the knowledge guarded by the temple was the true cause of corruption. These were dark days, and we faced enemies on all sides. Our lord had long since exhausted his strength, keeping the forbidden knowledge introduced by King Deshret at bay. To ensure the temple's continued survival, he broke his being into many pieces and began the ceremony of Hermanubis' legacy, bestowing his power upon his mortal followers. With this power, the temple was able to defeat the tyrant's army. Yet, we were not hailed as heroes. Strange and unfamiliar as this power was, it struck fear into the people's hearts and drove them to reject us. In the end, the people of the temple and the Tula Tainarians left the city for good and made their way to the rainforest. What followed next was inevitable. The elite of Tula fell and were decimated. War engulfed the desert. And we wandered from place to place, always in hiding, all the while keeping close watch over our secrets and staying true to our mission. Betrayal forced us out of the desert and into the forest. Then mistrust drove us from the forest into the desert once more. We have lived in exile for far, far too long. Yet, today, the Temple of Silence has borne witness to the glory of Hermanubis once more. Thank you.
How is it? Do you feel okay?
Grandfather.
Hey, Sethos. You'll get through this.
I know.
I guess you were prepared for this.
Yeah, at least
What's next for you?
per my grandfather's last wishes. The Temple of Silence should submit to whoever possesses the largest number of Hermanupis fragments. That entitles you to be our new leader, Sino.
But that's never going to work, as I'm sure you realize. I'm the General Mahamatra. I am needed back at the Academia. I did foresee this possibility, and I gave it some thought. The fact is, I know next to nothing about the staff, records, and environment here. As such, I am ill-suited to be your leader, Sethos. I believe the honor should go to you. Were it not for this duel, or indeed if you had other intentions, the Ba fragments would most likely be in your hands by now. I'm sure Bamoon never meant for anyone but you to be his successor.
You really think so?
I do.
Still, I didn't think Bamoon looked very surprised by the final result. Perhaps he had an inkling that this would be the way things end.
Well, in any case, since the Ba fragments are with me now, I guess I can call the shots. Sethos, I would like you to succeed Bamoon as the new leader of the Temple of Silence. You are more suited to the role than I, and I have complete faith that you will be an excellent leader.
But doesn't that render everything that we've been through up to now meaningless?
No, it doesn't. This experience has allowed us to become friends, which means that the Academia and the Temple of Silence will become partners once more. That's a much bigger deal than you might think, Sethos. You said yourself, times have changed. You have to believe that things can change for the better here at the Temple too.
I will try. To be honest, I couldn't have asked for a better outcome.
Actually, part of me wonders whether Bamoon's intentions from the very beginning was just to create enough pressure to force us towards a duel. That way, no matter who won, one of us would have to surrender our Ba fragment, and the power of Hermanubis would be concentrated in one single person. Had you won, the Temple of Silence would have doubled its strength. And were I to win, he correctly anticipated that I wouldn't suddenly drop everything to become the leader of the temple, much less integrate the temple into the Academia by force. He knew that the temple's future would depend not just on the guidance of Hermanubis, but the support of the Academia too. So he made it his responsibility to ensure his successor would be free from the burdens of the past. His plan meant that whoever ended up succeeding him, they would have an easier time interacting with the Academia. With one single letter, he lured out the professor. No matter what happened after that, it would result in a net benefit to the temple.
And here I thought the General Mahamatra wouldn't care for all these trivial details. You're absolutely right. Grandfather and I considered this from every angle. We had to find a way to mend our relationship with the Academia. In that sense, the right of duels was just a means to an end. Thank you for everything, Sino. As a gesture of our gratitude, to those that you and Lesser Lord the Temple of Silence has a but you must be exceedingly careful with your selection of candidates. By the way, Tainari, the story goes that he went on to fight many valiant battles. The Tainarians who left, in all likelihood.
How fascinating.
I like this.
By the way, has it...
Yes.
If it's true that...
Someone's got to make the decision. I will make a detailed report on all of this to Lesser Lord Kusanali, and arrange for an official delegation from the Academia to come and meet you in the desert. I'm sure you'll have lots to attend to in the days ahead. But once things return to normal, if we're going to work together...
I will. Alright, well... Bye for now, everyone. I'll be seeing you.
See you soon. Come hang out with us anytime.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
What were you thinking gallivanting off into the desert alone at your age? What if you take the—
Oh, please, will you—
What do you mean, what other— A one-man suicide mission, hmm?
All right, what do you mean? Okay, look.
Inari's master is really laying into Cyrus.
Wow. The last time he
I think I'll go around and update everyone. Tell them we can go for dinner at—
Makes sense.
Paimon's coming to—
Hey, Kale.
You're back! Well, look who we have here. Would you mind explaining to me what has been going on?
All taken care—
That does not end when you run into
Now would not be a good time.
You're right.
It's not the first time that I've had to talk to you about this sort of thing either. You need to learn that there are times when the right thing to do is get a more experienced member.
Kale, please do something.
Say, Madame Farizan, I can— Huh? Wait, did I hear that right? Kale, you remember? Wonderful. Well, of course the offer still stands. Come— Poor Kale getting dragged off like that. Also, check out Farizan acting like some sort of official
Kale!
Huh? What? What do you mean, cup? Oh, it's nothing. Just Master's way of reminding me to stay hydrated while I'm out and about.
It's code for let's reconvene at the cafe.
Oh, that's—
2 people left.
Yeah! Skyward! Yeah! Skyward!
Am I hallucinating?
We're just reorganizing all the books.
There's no rush.
My sincere thanks.
Yes, with your—
I see.
And it sounds like they managed to—
That day will come. Now, as a token of my—
Yeah, sounds great.
Sure.
Yeah! Scatter!
And then, the Traveler just pounced on their opponent and knocked him right out cold! Then there was Tainari. He put up an amazing fight, too! We ended up winning all 3 bouts! Whoa! Part of me wishes I'd been there to see it, but I'd have been biting my nails off worrying about you guys.
A truly edifying account of the events. Bereft of detail, but it has livened up the room all the same.
Hey, Paimon included all the juicy details. The Traveler just pounced and then waved their sword like this, then spun around and blocked.
Despite winning 3 bouts in a row, you still ceded the position of leader to him. That's very dignified of you.
Of course.
I got to be a champion too for once. I've not sparred much with desert folk before. It was a pretty unique experience.
Yeah! Huge place! It felt like something right out of an epic poem! Imagine this. It was like there was—
Maybe save that one for—
I think that'll do.
Shall we stop off at the House of—
My thoughts exactly. See you around.
I should get going as well. See you all later.
I need to go say thanks to the Core 30 for their help. Also, Sir Nephis says he wanted to introduce me to some of the Academia's work processes.
Kale's come a long way.
Everyone's a work in progress. You never stop learning.
Yeah, true.
is good. It feels like everything's fun. Life is all about these moments when you can finally relax and hang out with good friends after a...
Do you three have... If not, would you come somewhere with me? That's a secret.
Okay. I think I can guess what you're talking about.
Well, now Paimon...
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Been a while since I last... Need any help? As you wish.
It's a nice spot, isn't it?
What a great view! We're so high up, we can see for miles!
Traveler. Turn around. This is my secret base. Somewhere I only bring my best friends. When I was a student, I used to slip away and climb up here all the time, just to clear my head. I was quite young then, and hadn't made too many friends yet. Back then, I had a lot of the same questions that Zethos was at. Our gifts help us to find our...
You two really are like brothers.
I feel the same way.
I still remember one time when we came up here to chat and do our homework.
That was the one and only time. Nothing will ever... Then make it... You got...
Okay.
Huh? Hey, you're not supposed to jump down! Be careful!
Oh, my days.
Professor, what are you...
Sino. Ha! Just the man I'm looking for. Guess what I found in some old notebooks?
Some old photos?
Can you believe it? This notebook was just sitting in a pile of odds and ends in the Sage's office. I must have forgotten to take it with me, and no one's touched it since. It was still right there. I was at the Academia earlier to discuss my workload with Nephis. I swung by the old office to have a look around and just happened to cross... Oh, time flies. Look how tiny you are in this picture. Still a kid.
You look quite young yourself in that one. Ah, it's this one. I remember that. Lisa took it, didn't she?
Yep. Looks like her work, all right. Who else could have found just the right angle to make me look so unbelievably hideous?
And this one.
Oh, cheeky girl. Taking secret photos of us without our knowledge.
Is there something you'd like to say to me, Professor?
Like what? Like... Hey, at moments like this, I hardly know where to begin. I can't pretend I'm a good person. Bamoon had every reason to despise me. And well, so do you if you feel the same way.
Don't be ridiculous, you old codger.
Is that not what you wanted me to? Oh, I've dreamt of that place many times after leaving. Oh, it was. You've matured so much over the years, I know.
Since you're my professor, I should save you some face by not calling you out on all the non-answers you just gave. So, I will do the right...
Good thinking. Take your own advice next. Seriously, why bully an old man like me? Hey, wait, how did I not notice this one earlier?
Lisa strikes again. Just how many did she take?
Look how cute you...
Yeah.
Oh, that... Hey, what would you say to meeting up with... All right, I'll add it to my schedule. Wait, no. Next week is the tomato growing competition. I have got to beat Zaha Hadi.
Or you could find a real hobby, Professor.